Lori and Steph here. So let's get into it. So there's a video that we posted on our page. It talks about toxic relationships, and it featured Lori, and it went viral.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. I think it has like over 500K.
No, 6 now.
Oh, 600K views. So I was very surprised that a lot of people related to.
A lot of people related to the video.
Yeah.
And apparently that it really just
hit home.
It hit home. There you go. It hit home for a lot of people. So we were shocked to see, so many people respond to it. A lot of people had very mixed emotions about it.
Yeah.
Most people agreed with the video, and then you had your few people who did not agree with the video. So how about we just play the video?
Can we please stop telling people, well, that's still your mom, that's still your dad, that's still your brother or sister. Toxic is toxic, whether it's family or not. You have a right to walk away from people who constantly keep hurting you. Listen to that again.
So what is the definition of toxic?
So toxic pretty much means that you're dealing with something that is poisonous, you're dealing with something that is harmful, you're dealing with something that is unpleasant, and just overall very bad for you.
Yeah, so in the video that you guys just watched, we had, like I said, mixed reviews. And some people that, were saying basically that if somebody's toxic in their family, they have to stick by them regardless, right?
Yeah.
And to me, I don't think that's right, because if somebody's toxic, just remove them from your life.
And what happens when they don't want to change? What happens if they're comfortable with being toxic?
Well, the thing, with a toxic person, you need to talk to them, right? Let them know how they are affecting you. And if they don't want to change, then you have to make the decision on whether you want to distance yourself from them or completely just, walk away from the situation. But, talk to them first and then set boundaries. That's the most important.
Set boundaries, that's a huge one. So let's go into what are some signs of dealing with people who are toxic. So they disrespect your boundaries.
Yes.
You set them, they still continue to cross those lines. You tell them again, they're still crossing those lines. They're always the victim.
Yes, isn't that a narcissist?
Oh my God, so,
That's a narcissist.
So frustrating. They're judgmental. They have controlling behaviors, and when you're around them, you're constantly feeling like you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, when you start feeling like that, then it's like you're starting to lose yourself as a person.
You can't be yourself. You have to tippy-toe around them. You can't say certain things because you don't know what's going to be a trigger. You don't know what's going to make them upset. You don't know what's going to make them angry. So you decide to kind of just tiptoe around situations. It's not a good feeling to be in a relationship with anybody.
It's not. So I wanted to read some of the comments that we received under our post. So let's see. All right, so this one, I think it's a male. He said, "You bugging. My mom could be toxic. I would never cut off my mama. Yeah, sitting up here agreeing with this family is all you got, bro. You better make it work."
Family is all you got, bro. Why do people think that family is the only people on earth for them?
I know there's so many people out there, friends,
a
colleagues.
Lot of people.
There's a lot,
There's
right?
billions of people out there. Why is family all you have? Okay.
So the second comment received was wrong. Blood is blood. Learn to fight for yourself. Lazy people give up.
Okay. I can see how you feel that way. I do believe it's great to fight for the relationship that you love, most definitely.
Yeah.
But we're also talking about toxic, poisonous, harmful people who are not trying to work with you.
Exactly.
We're not talking about people who just get into arguments and then you make up and then everything is fine.
So what do you do? Let's say if your parents were abusive.
Exactly.
All the time. So do you keep fighting for it?
Exactly. So what I'm thinking is maybe certain people just can't relate to different harmful behaviors. They can't relate to abuse. They can't relate to poor treatment. And I mean, I'm not saying poor treatment like, oh, I didn't get enough Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
I'm saying real abusive relationships.
Yeah.
So they probably just can't relate.
Something I always say too, if you see a post you don't relate to, don't comment.
Keep scrolling.
Just keep swipe up, right?
Swipe.
All right. Let me see. I think there was another one. Yeah, the same thing. No, this is your family. You don't walk away from family, period. But like I said, you just gotta keep trying with the person, and if it doesn't work, then you have to remove yourself, especially for your mental health. If it's causing you, depression, anxiety,
Stress.
you have to cut that person off.
At the end of the day, I believe that you have to know what your assignment is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get to a certain place in your life and you see that people are stopping you from getting there, okay, if you don't value your purpose, if you don't value your destiny, maybe you're okay with being, let's say, stuck in the mud with your poor relationships, if that's not something that you value. However, if you do value your purpose, if you do value your destiny, where you're headed, where you need to go, understanding that it takes time and energy and effort to actually be there, and these harmful relationships can keep you back.
Yeah, something I always say, once you start removing negativity out of your life, then positivity just starts rolling in.
Exactly. And there are people that's out there waiting for you to be a positive role model in your life, or to be a positive person to, so at the end of the day, you have to know what your assignment is. If you have somewhere to get, and you know that people keep holding you back, then you're going to have to do some cutting off, or you're going to stay stuck in the same place for very many years until you decide to move on from that family member. It's your choice.
All right.
What's next?
That was good. Well, let's go with some positive ones. Somebody says, I'll cut people off real quick. Only one I need is Jesus. That was funny. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's the thing about that. We actually do need people.
Yeah.
Jesus sends us people to help us. We need people, but we need positive people. We don't need people holding us back. We need people that's going to propel us to where we're trying to go.
Yeah. Another one I really liked too was, you don't choose your family, but you get to choose who to keep in your life.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you owe someone toxic anything just because you randomly share DNA with them.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that if you can have enough common sense to step away from the person who is not trying to change, they continue to cross your boundaries, they continue to mistreat you, knowing how you feel about it. It's one thing to not know, but it's a whole different scenario to know what you're doing, and they still continue to do it anyway. That's a different situation. So if you can step away from that person, and if you can model what function looks like, you can love people from a distance. I mean, we're not saying hate people.
No.
We're not saying, get revenge.
No.
We're not saying mistreat people. We're not saying be nasty and be bitter. We're not saying any of those things. You can love people from a distance.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Exactly. And if you step away long enough where you can model what a functional relationship looks like, they're watching you and they see positivity, they see your relationships flourishing and functioning, then you can change the situation. You can change. That is what causes, I believe, generational curses to break, because you allowed yourself to step out. You allowed yourself to model what positive behavior looks like. So now they have an opportunity to say, oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, especially,
I want that.
Especially, when you have children, right? Your children are looking up to you and they're seeing those behaviors. So if, you're in a toxic relationship, they're going to think that it's okay. Yeah. When they get older, and then it's just going to continue going. So.
And that's how generational curses continue to just... Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about how to eliminate yourself from a toxic relationship. Some of the comments, that I received was, how can you just walk away from your family? But one of the things is you could just distance yourself, right? You could still communicate with them, check on them, once in a while, call them for their birthday, just to see how they're doing. That's fine.
Boundaries.
But you have to set boundaries. So the second way to eliminate yourself from a toxic relationship is to choose the method of communication that you want to use. Okay. So that could be, you could send them an email,
Like cut them all the way down to email.
Use our email. You can text them. You can even, choose when you want to contact them. I'm only going to call this person on Saturday.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like the email thing though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna email you. So the third way that you could eliminate yourself from a toxic relationship is by surrounding yourself in healthy relationships.
Yes. So it actually goes back to that one comment that family is all we have. There are billions of people in this world. There are plenty of people with their arms wide open,
Yes.
ready to embrace you, ready to support you, ready to love you the way you deserve to be loved, and ready to treat you the way you deserve to be treated.
And something I always say too, family doesn't have to be blood.
Yeah.
Like
it's the
your
people
friends,
who you choose.
the people you choose, your friends, your colleagues, whoever is in your life that is positive.
Most definitely.
The last thing is realize that it's not your job to save them. Don't be superheroes, guys.
We are not Jesus.
We're not.
We're not Savior.
Mm-mm.
It's not our job to save people. The only way you can help people is if people want to be helped. But we have a whole lot of people out here who do not want help.
Yeah.
And who do not want change or any of those things. So I think it's recognizing who wants help,
Yes.
who's trainable, who
Trainable?
wants trainable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the word. If it's not, then I put it
You
in
put
there.
it in there. Okay.
Who's trainable,
Mm-hmm.
and then who is willing to, I guess,
Put an effort to change.
there you go.
Yeah.
If they're not trying to put in no effort to change, then
Then
why
why
are
should
you
you-
wasting your time?
Yeah. And why should you put effort to keep trying the relationship?
They obviously don't value
Yeah.
the relationship. They don't value you, and it's time to move on.
Yep.
You can change them. You can help them to change, I should say, from a distance by modeling what function looks like.
So, with all that being said, your power lies in your boundaries.
And what do you value? If you
Yes.
value where you are headed, then you can't afford people to hold you back, even if that means family.
Yep. So I hope you guys found this video very helpful and valuable to you.
We would love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave your comments below in the comment section.
And don't forget to follow us and share this video because I know somebody will, found this very helpful to them.
And we'll see you guys next time.
All right, bye.